Solo Leveling has found a way to make one of the best action, RPG, fantasy animes that I've ever seen. And if you haven't thought about it, think about this. This week's episode was a build-up episode leading us into something major happening next week. And even with that, the episode was impeccable. From the tanks, boxers, sword users, magic casters, healers, orcs, stealth assassin techniques. On my mama, this episode had everything. Solo Leveling is so good at keeping you invested and glued to the screen with their action sequences. Let's get right into our review of Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 5. The Hunters Guild secondary team got their time to shine this week, and even though they were outmatched and would have died if it wasn't for Jinwoo, I think they showcased some awesome abilities and teamwork while fighting the orcs. Personally, that boxer girl was probably my favorite. She's got them Azucena vibes from Tekken. But he dropped one of the hardest incantations this episode. You, who my voice awakens, collect the head of my foe. I was jumping up and down in my seat with an excitement. That shit was so cold. Watching them work together as a team was so badass, and I think it was done extremely well. There is something that is so addicting about the way that they animate action in this show. It feels so fluid, but carries weight at the same time. You feel every sword hit, the impact of every punch. It is just a beauty to watch unfold, even if it's not a main fight in the anime. And that leads me to my biggest point about this episode. In my opinion, this week's episode wasn't a big budget episode or a main fight. I think that's gonna happen next week, but still look at the quality that they are delivering to us with that in mind. Solo Leveling as an anime is in really good hands, and I have nothing but praise. If you like Solo Leveling as much as me, hit that subscribe button. Even though Captain Kihoon couldn't lead his team to victory in the cave, I still think he's a great leader and someone to be respected. He made a sound decision to pull his team out when faced with adversity that was above their level, and his fighting style goes crazy. I definitely thought he was shook after blocking that spear from the orc, but he continued to lead, and he continued to be a good leader and never waver. The way they connected us to the hunters was emotional, and I felt invested with it this episode. They were ready to lay down their lives to ensure that that gate got closed, and they did a great job showing us that every character in the party held their rank, even if they were nameless. And I think they also connected us to each character and in a very good human aspect emotionally, like with how that girl gave Jinwoo her final will. You now feel empathy for every character, even though you don't really know them. As soon as Captain Kihoon pulled up asking for an extra member, I knew it was about to go down. And that seems to be like a recurring theme that keeps happening in this anime. Hey, let's go explore a dungeon. It's not going to be that hard. You'll be all right. Then boom, 50 orcs show up, cutting people in half. And even though this keeps happening, Solo Leveling somehow keeps it interesting. And I actually look forward to these moments, even though they may be repetitive. Announcement, listen up please. We have a potential candidate for Best Girl. I repeat, Best Girl candidate incoming. Is Cha-Hae Best Girl for Winter Anime 2025? Something about her keen observation skills and the outfits that she's wearing definitely puts her up there somewhere in the rankings. One thing to weigh in though would be that she is kind of weird and smelling people all the time. But other than that, I definitely think people are going to be feeling her, myself included. All in all, this was a perfect 10 out of 10 episode for me. They couldn't have done anything better, and they actually left us with a worse cliffhanger than they did last week. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the episodes. Let's get a discussion going down in the comments as we impatiently wait for next week's episode. If you're new here, hit that sub button to stay locked in with all my reviews. I will see you guys next week. I'm Tragic, and I'm out.